Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nolita Chabane. Thank you for checking out my video. This is my very first video where I'll be introducing the channel and just speaking on what we will be covering in the channel. So the focus will be on careers. We will talk all things careers and a little bit of life skills. So I will touch a bit on the reason why I decided to open the channel later on in the video, but I am hoping that you will enjoy this video and that you will come back and share it, comment, and just engage throughout as we go on this journey. Firstly, I'll just talk about me, just a bit of background into who I am, and also just my academic background. So I am married. I've got 2 children. They are aged 12 and 6. So I currently work for one of the 4 major banks. So so I'm just gonna take you a little bit back. So I went to school in Palmerton High School. It was a boarding school, and so I left home quite early on, you could say, but I didn't really leave home in a sense, because it was quite close to home, and I was fortunate enough to manage to go home almost every weekend. I missed my family like crazy in the week, and so I think it was quite nice though that I left home, because there's lessons that I learned there in terms of being independent, interacting with different people from different backgrounds, and I think that was good for me. I then went to the University of Western Cape in Cape Town, where I enrolled for a BA in human ecology, and so one of the prerequisite subjects that we did in our first year was psychology, and that is where my love for psychology was born. So I just I really just loved it, and before then I'd really just been intrigued by human behavior, which then I think led to the interest in psychology. And so I was just interested in just continuing my studies within the psychology field. So I then graduated, started working for one of the major hospital groups. I was doing admin work, and I then managed to enroll to continue with my studies in psychology. I registered for honors in psychology with UNISA. I did my 2nd year and 3rd year psychology in 1 year. Crazy, I know. It was very tough, obviously balancing work and studies. It was very tough, but I managed to complete. And the reason I did 2nd year and 3rd year in 1 year was because I had set time for myself within which I had to complete my honors. And so so that went well, and I had an interest then in HR, because obviously the prerequisite there, or the requirements to go into HR, is any behavioral science qualification, or if you've done if you studied HR, then that's also something that you would have to have studied. And so I then started in HR in 2006, and while in HR, I then enrolled to further my studies in the psychology field, where I did my honors in psychology, and I specialized in psychometry and career counseling. So I think I knew the direction I wanted to take. Obviously, I had to make my psychology degree to be relevant in the field that I was in, which is HR. This also in line with me just having an interest in human behavior. I then graduated my honors, and I left my permanent job to go and do a psychometry internship in one of the companies where they focused on, it was an educational setup, which I think further just sparked that love for career coaching for me, and just continuing with that. Then I enjoyed my time there. It was for 6 months, and obviously with doing a psychometry internship, the intention was to then register as a psychometrist. But unfortunately, I completed my 6 months internship, and unfortunately I didn't get to register as a psychometrist with the Health Professionals Council. But that is a story for another day. I'm not going to get into that today. And so, yeah, I think from my story, just in terms of my background, you can sort of see how I did one course, ended up in one field, and then continued studies in something that was completely different from what I studied initially at tertiary or at varsity. So I think this then brings me to the reason why I opened this channel. I am passionate about career guidance, and I think if I'd had proper career guidance, my career journey would have probably been a little bit more linear than the twists and turns that it had to take, and also me having to start. I was fortunate that I didn't have to start from scratch, that I already had the first year psychology modules, which I got credit for. But still, my degree in tertiary was 4 years. If I had gone straight into doing psychology, I would have graduated in that 4 years with the honors in psychology. But then again, that is not what happened. And I think that is then just, one of the things that makes me to be so passionate about career guidance, because there's a lot of things that one has to consider. You have to consider if it's something that you are able to do. Ability is important. Also, are you interested in what you are studying? And your values must also be in line with what you want to study. We will have a video just delving deep into how one can go about choosing a career that is suitable to them, looking at the different elements that one has to consider. So yeah, that is the reason for studying. Career choice is important as early as when you choose your grade 9 subjects, because if you don't choose the right subjects, unfortunately you will get into matric and finish your matric and not meet requirements for the course that you want to study. So that's something that's very important. And obviously I'm hoping to grow the channel and invite professionals and invite different speakers, subject matter experts within their fields, and sharing a little bit in terms of how they got into their careers, in order for you to get a little bit of knowledge in terms of the different career fields that are out there, that are available out there. So so also just the dream for the channel is to also just take the work to be able to reach people that do not have internet access, obviously, that will not be able to access YouTube, and that could be, obviously it will be a journey, but it could be going on community radio stations, just sharing on careers. And yeah, so we will see, and hoping that God just continues to help me along the journey. So yeah, that is the end of the video. Thank you for taking time to just watch the video. So if you could just like the video, subscribe, and come back for more content, and put those notifications so that you don't miss out when we do send out a new video. Thank you everyone for watching, and welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm just excited to go on this journey with you. Thank you. Goodbye.